You really love that song.
I love it, man. I love jamming out. It's like when I smoke it and then when I have that vibe just going into my veins, I'm like, yes. Yes, Andy? Yes.
You know what's funny?
I mean, if you're serving, Andy, that is fine. I was just asking. Yes, you can. Send me food. Thank you. Would
You,
you like a tip? Why would you let J.R. Bell know that? It's Malcolm. The one you sucked? So why didn't you forget Masons? Well, anyways, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
anyways,
Really
yeah,
hope I still get my food.
that was weird. Yeah, that was weird. Um, so now that Andy is going and preparing for his match later, um, you know, you want to know something funny? There's all of these people that work underneath Malcolm King, and no one said anything to him about the card showing the wrong person for a specific title. And I just saw it today and made the correction for Malcolm. But no one said anything to him. It's been saying the wrong person for this title for weeks now.
Well, damn. Damn.
Yeah. Starting
I
to
don't
think
even.
everyone's dipping into your product there, Mr. CEO.
Dude, did you see what happened at Rebellion? Ashton and knocked out freaking Michael Coleman with weed? Dude, it was freaking. It was pretty intense.
It was very intense. It was absolutely intense. Almost as intense as people showing up and promoting and stuff like that in certain companies and not showing up for Rebellion to their match. It's weird.
That is absolute facts, man. Absolute facts. If you love one product, you gotta love all product because we're all family here. That's what we do. We're here to do our job. You
Right.
guys sign up for this hobby, so let's do our job. If you don't do your job, you become homeless.
Well, real quick, we got four people in the chat right now. Please make sure when matches are being um, announced that you go ahead and tag the individuals that are in that match, just so that they are aware that their match is being played at this certain time, so they can tune in, check it out, get the deets on the
You
storylines
can
and things
at
of that
everyone,
nature.
people.
I mean, some people just have no class. Um,
I get you,
and
Wally.
Mr. Mac just sent. I also have Malcolm's phone because Malcolm said he doesn't want to be bothered with any of this quote unquote shit. Those are his exact words. So I have to do double duty with Malcolm's phone and um, commentating. And
Don't look
Mr.
at the search history.
Yeah, I refuse to do that. But Mr. Chris Mack asked Malcolm a question about who didn't show up to his show, and I'm pretty sure it was someone of a um, South variety.
Oh
They represent the
yes,
South.
yep,
So, um,
yep.
anywho, shout out to Logan
Why do you think? Why
Freeman.
do you? Why do you think the asylum let go of the South?
That's true. That's true. But shout out to Logan Freeman, the Bluegrass Wolf. Shout out to Southern Heart. Shout out to Casey Riddle. Shout out to Mr. Chris Mack. Shout out to Gypsy Freak. All of them tuning in. If you are tuned in, please go ahead and tag your name or make yourself known. Say hi, comment, react, all those good things. We're going to jump into this here.
We're
We
gonna
are
jump
live in
jump into this bit.
Minnesota, or yeah, Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings, which also happens to be uh, a former um, ACW legends' favorite football team, who is also happens today to be his birthday. So we here at the ACW, PCW, CWN as a whole would like to extend our deepest, greatest, happiest birthday wishes to Mr. UG Lee, the underground, the ugliest man in professional wrestling. Happy birthday to the underground from everyone here in CWN. So, guys, make sure hashtag happy birthday, hashtag underground, hashtag UG Lee. If you
Happy
don't,
birthday, my brother. Whoop whoop.
um, get a dictionary or something. But
I just want to let you guys know in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's 29 degrees with 11 wind miles per hour.
it is freezing here. I'm glad we are inside and not outside. But we
I'm
got seven
very
people
glad.
here.
Let's
We
go.
got
Okay,
seven
let's jump to
people
the
tuning
chase
in.
then,
Let's
right?
jump in. Yeah.
All
Let's jump
right.
in.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the night, we have the it's a 20-minute time limit, but we have the Frenemies, which has kind of been a team that I've kind of enjoyed the last few. Their bickering reminds me of Mason and Andy, but the question is, who does it better?
True.
That's a question. But they are going up against the Psycho Avatars, Sarabai.
Yeah. So individuals, one half of the tag team champions
Dominate.
are
There we
facing one
go.
half
Okay.
of the one
Stoner
half of
moment.
the
Stoner moment.
of
Sorry,
the
Wally.
Psycho Avatars. But
I'm
interesting
sitting
match.
here like, yeah.
You're like, wait, there's only one of each of these came out to the. What is going on right now?
But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started between Dominator and Sarabai. For the first 10 minutes of the match, Dominator and Sarabai go back and forth. Sarabai attempts to utilize his power game, being the bigger man in the match. Bigger in many, well, I don't know about that. Dominator counters by going low with stiff kicks to the knee, trying to
Ooh,
chop down the bigger man. Sarabai sends Dominator to the corner like a puppy and follows up with a huge splash. Sarabai climbs to the second turnbuckle. Dominator, playing possum, gets to his feet and delivers a swift kick to the back of Sarabai's knee.
definitely an unconventional move there by the bigger man
Relax on the
Sarabai.
chill pill, Southern Heart. Relax. It's
Relax,
cool. It's
relax,
cool.
relax,
She's saying she
relax.
showed up. We gotta talk to Chris Mack and see, but I don't know. I don't know.
Relax, relax. Anywho, anyways, we digress. Dominator would lock in on that knee that he just that he's been targeting for a great duration of this match, placing it on the second rope and stomping down on it. So he is trying to make it to where Sarabai is going to have a hard time standing on both legs here in this match. And obviously, you take away the legs of this bigger, stronger competitor.
Yep.
Um, you take away the power game there. So a smart strategy utilized here by Dominator. Dominator would inflict uh, as much pain as possible for the next several minutes to Sarabai and goes for multiple near falls. However, Sarabai
Oof.
begins to fight back and he catches Dominator off a rebound from the ropes and plants him in the center of the ring with a spine buster. Sarabai
Come
locks
on.
Dominator in the mandible claw, setting
Ooh,
up for
shit.
that ancient history, but Dominator reverses it into the
Oh!
Dominator DDT.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dominator climbs to the top turnbuckle and tries to pump up the fans like, let's go, Dominator. Dominator goes for a flying headbutt, but Sarabai catches him with that Hellbite RKO. And he has big shoulders, so that's a big impact. Like, that's a
A
big
lot.
impact, and his weight, man, I mean, that dude's a brick. That's what I've
Yeah,
heard. He's a brick
brick house.
with
Uh-oh.
a small brain, a
Brain.
small
Yeah.
head. Yep, yep. We'll go with that.
Tiny
We'll go
head,
with
tiny
that.
brain.
Yepers, yepers. But anyway, Sarabai locks Dominator in the mandible claw again and connects the ancient history, that mandible claw slam, picking up the pinfall victory. Winner, Sarabai.
Awesome way to kick off the show here, ladies and gentlemen, sir, by getting a huge victory, a pinfall victory, mind you, over one half of the CWN Unity Tag Team Champions. So that definitely helps the stock of the Psycho Avatars in their quest for that tag team gold. So congratulations to Sarah. CEO loves that first match. That first match absolutely banger here in
That was a
Minneapolis.
banger. That was a banger. It was
Awesome.
such a banger.
Well, guys, jumping into the next match, we have match number two, the CWN Intercontinental Championship match. It features the CWN Intercontinental Champion Cletus the Bum as he takes on Southern Heart. Ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of the match, Cletus would stumble drunkenly
Oh
to
God.
Southern Heart and offers his hand in
I'm
respect.
surprised we have
Southern
no
Heart,
alcohol policy.
and I mean, Cletus is always drunk. It's like it's normal for him to be
That is true.
inebriated
Have you ever seen
on
a
a
sober
24/7 basis.
Cletus?
It's scary. You can
Very
actually
scary.
understand him when he's sober.
Really?
Mhm. Actually quite intelligent. I don't understand why he's a bum, but Southern Heart shakes his hand, but Cletus doesn't release her hand as Southern Heart yanks her hand from Cletus. But the momentum allows Cletus to connect with a vicious, decapitating clothesline, turning
Ooh.
Southern Heart inside out here as Cletus places his foot on her chest and poses as the
Don't don't
referee counts.
don't pose.
But
Don't
Southern Heart
pose.
kicks out at one. I don't, honestly, I don't even think Cletus knows what he's doing right now.
No, listen. There's a side of him that no one wants to know. Like I know he's Cletus the bum, but he has a friend named Michelle. Yeah, yeah. So I've heard. Anyway,
Emoting on his opponent.
if you
Literally.
know, you know.
Literally. If you know, you know. That is
Oh
funny.
man. But ladies and gentlemen, Cletus mounts an unorthodox offense that keeps Southern Heart off guard. Cletus goes for a what the fuck is
Yakuza. Yakuza.
Yakuza kick. But
It's your
Southern Heart
favorite word.
sidesteps, causing Cletus to stumble. Southern Heart capitalizes, taking control of the match for the next few minutes. Southern Heart drops Cletus with the third press. She follows up with a heart stomp and hooks the leg. Cletus gets his foot on the bottom rope right before the 3 count as the ref's going, hey, 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 I know you're drunk, but your foot's on the rope. You can't do that.
Well, Cletus, right place, right time kind of situation right there because I thought the match was over with Southern Heart, um, hitting that heart stomp there. Wasn't this match like wow, Andy? Hashtag pay attention. Hashtag pay attention. Cletus rolls out of the ring and goes
Andy,
underneath.
Andy's trying to follow 3 shows. Andy's trying. Andy's trying. You know,
Andy's
we're
like,
we're finally getting Andy in the audience. So Andy's just like, wait a minute, what happened in Rebellion? Okay, what happens going in the asylum? Okay, how do I keep up?
listen, Andy right now is that John C. Riley GIF that they show that you
Don't
can
you
do on
wow me?
Messenger where he's like confused look on his face. It's okay, Andy. We understand. We will just blame Mason for that one. Cletus rolls out of the ring. He goes under the ring. He pulls out a cooler and grabs a couple of cold ones. I think Cletus has had enough, but apparently he needs a drink. Cletus would call for a timeout, but
Oh
Southern
jeez.
Heart grabs hold of his hair. Cletus would yank his head away, causing him to stumble into the ring steps. As Cletus straightens back out and goes to open his beer, Southern Heart would grab a hold of him again through the ropes as Cletus opens the beers, but the beers were shooken up when he stumbled into those steps. And so as he opens them, they explode, spraying that foamy beer in the eyes of Southern Heart unintentionally here. Southern Heart immediately releases Cletus. I mean, I imagine getting beer in your eyes does not feel very pleasant. Cletus gets back into the ring and hits Southern Heart with that Cletus bomb, the spinning power bomb, and picks up the pinfall. Winner of match number two, ladies and
Damn.
gentlemen, and still the CWN Intercontinental Champion. It's none other than Cletus the Bum.
Damn.
So that's twice tonight that Cletus has had luck on his side.
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely.
But
And that's amazing. I love Cletus.
I you know what I love, CEO. I'm just gonna say this while we have an opportunity as we're setting up for match number 3, which happens to be a singles match, 20-minute time limit. It features members of the New Breed, an internal feud, a civil war, so to speak, between this faction here, Brockus versus the Bluegrass Wolf Logan Freeman. But while we are setting up for this match, ladies and gentlemen, um, what I love about today is the fact that we won't have to hear my boss's voice in regards to saying a certain title's name. So thank you, Malcolm, for sending my boss out of the country to work on her modeling career. So
Right.
I mean, unless you guys want to just listen to my boss say boundless for 20 minutes, that's what I thought. Let's jump into the next match.
Wow, I gotta add the wah 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 in this area. I don't know how. I gotta figure it out. Anyways. Our next match, ladies and gentlemen, we have uh Brackus taking on Logan Freeman, and both under above their name is New Breed.
Yep,
Is that some
same
type of dog?
faction. They're both, like I was saying earlier, they're a part of the same faction. This is kind of like an internal issue that they're trying to work out, I would assume.
Oh, so like a version. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Two versions
I'll
on
give
a
you a
stick.
quick backstory, CEO. A few weeks ago, Logan Freeman tried to help Brockus win that CWN United States Championship, inadvertently cost Brockus the match as the Flower Princess would pick up that
Oh,
victory. Logan
poor
Freeman
Logan.
at the end of that would connect with a right hook to Brockus's face before exiting the ring. So now we are here with both of these men
I
trying to
remember. I
iron
remember.
out their issues.
I remember now. I remember now. Hey. I don't blame Mason. I blame this. All right. I blame the marijuana.
True.
But that won't stop me from smoking it. Anyways, as soon as the bell rings, Brackus and Logan meet in the center of the ring, exchanging lefts and rights. And this ain't no rock, paper, scissors either.
Right.
This is lefts and rights. There's emotion behind this. The ref separates the two, who immediately meet in the center again as the audience is screaming, "Let them fight! Let them fight! Let them fight!" And as it just keeps echoing throughout, you know, they're throwing short arm elbows to one another. The ref separates them again. Okay, that ref needs to just stop. All right, like
It's
let
taking his
them
job a little
fucking fight.
seriously.
Yeah. He should get a not raise. He should get a decrease.
A pay
A
decrease.
decrease. Yep. A paid decrease. Love it. Love it. Shit. Hold on. All right, so Brackus catches Logan off guard with a huge boot, dropping him to the mat. Logan responds with a double leg takedown. A scuffle breaks out between
Uh
the two
oh.
men as 7 minutes have already gone by. It's not even in 7 minutes I haven't either.
Nope.
The scuffle forces the two men to the outside of the ring where they continue to go back and forth, slamming one another into the barricades and ring aprons. The ref begins the 10 count. Brackus and Logan don't seem to care as they continue beating the hell out of one another on the outside. The ref gets the count of 10 with 13 minutes passed and calls for the bell. Brackus and Logan have to be separated by security and additional officials. No, I'm not going out there because if I go out there, I'm just gonna let them fight.
Yeah. 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 They're
Listen,
listen. They were beating the hell out of
Andy,
each other.
pause, Andy. I'm scared for Andy to get in that ring. I think he gets in that ring with a boner.
Probably,
Every time he's like, I get to touch sweaty men.
probably.
You should put Andy up against a female and see what happens.
Instant ED is what would happen. But match number three, ladies and gentlemen, ends in a double countout as both of these men have no interest in not beating the holy hell out of each other. Um, so double count out there. Hopefully, we get to a resolution with this issue between the new breed here. Because at one point in time they did hold tag team gold, so it definitely shows the caliber of what type of a tag team that they are. Match number four, ladies and gentlemen, is a singles match. And if Gypsy Freak wins, she will be added to the Universal Championship match
Ruh-roh.
next week. We have 7 people here watching. So please, guys, tag the Gypsy Freak,
Tag,
tag
tag, tag,
James
tag.
Rhodes. So they know that their match is happening right now. As you guys are doing that, we're going to jump right into it. Gypsy and Rhodes are in the ring before the referee can call for the match to start. A black limo is seen pulling up in the parking lot. A driver gets out of the driver's side and opens the door as Jackson Law steps out of the back of the limousine dressed in an all black, just fresh Louis Vuitton suit, just a clean suit there. Uh, he puts the CWN Universal Championship on his shoulder and makes his way to the ring. The Williams Arena erupts as soon as Law's music plays over the PA system, as Law makes his way down to the commentary table as the ref calls for the bell. And rumor before the show tonight, CEO, was that Law was not going to be in attendance here in Minneapolis, but apparently has a vested interest in this match.
In a very
So
warm jacket.
and a very warm jacket. He does have a very warm jacket, a very nice looking suit there. I wish I
My
had half
wieners.
of
Can I have
that
a
money.
fork? Thanks, Andy.
Wow, you have Andy delivering you food. That is interesting. Um,
He's a
that's
bit
kind of
sweaty though.
yeah, probably. You mentioned sweaty men, and who knows what Andy was doing while he was grabbing your food for you.
It wasn't my choice.
Um, Gypsy and Rhodes are distracted here for a moment, CEO, as Jackson Law makes his way down to the commentary table. He refuses a headset. We tried to give him a headset, shook his head no, said he just wanted to focus on the match. So let's jump right into this match here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it seems like Rhodes is distracted by Law's entrance as Gypsy takes him to the mat with a clothesline. Gypsy controls the match for about 5 minutes, hitting Rhodes with a what the fuck is that word?
Plethora.
Plethora of big takedowns. You and these words and slams. Rhodes reverses a suplex attempt by Gypsy and connects a flatliner. Rhodes grabs Gypsy and tosses her to the outside of the ring.
Uh-oh. Well, nothing good ever happens on the outside of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. As Rhodes gets to the outside of the ring and slams Gypsy's head off of the ring apron, he would then slam Gypsy's head off of the steel steps. Rhodes would stop to talk trash to Law, to trash talk Law, who acts like Rhodes isn't even present, like he doesn't exist. And this infuriates Rhodes as he tosses Gypsy over the announce table and into Jackson Law.
Oh, Law does not want to dance.
No, no,
He does
not at
not
all.
want to dance. He's like, whoa, get that. No. Rhodes grabs Gypsy and tosses her back into the ring. He climbs to the top turnbuckle and goes for a swanton bomb, but Gypsy manages to get her knees up. Gypsy slowly gets to her feet. Rhodes gets to his feet with his back to Gypsy. Gypsy nails him with the crystal ball, that running bulldog, planting Rhodes in the center of the ring.
Gypsy would lock Rhodes in the apple pie to double underhook crossface as Rhodes struggles to get to the bottom rope to break the hold. Gypsy fights to keep him in the center of the ring, but Rhodes muscles his way to the ropes. Law is back up. He is infuriated right now, pissed off. He just took his jacket off, tossed it to the side, and climbs onto the ring apron. The referee intercepts him before he gets in the ring, and Rhodes has his hand on the bottom rope, but the ref doesn't see it. Gypsy taking advantage of this opportunity, wrenching back a little harder with the submission hold. Law would get off of the ring apron as the ref sees Rhodes' hand on that bottom rope. The ref would instruct Gypsy to release the hold and checks her for not breaking sooner. So admonishing Gypsy right now for not following the rules. As Gypsy's like, "Hey, you didn't tell me to release the hold. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to if his hand was on the ropes or not, but." Gypsy has the
Yeah.
referee distracted as she's trying to plead her case here, as Law would catch Rhodes, who is draped on that bottom rope. Uh, he would catch Rhodes with a Law and Order, the leaping super kick, nearly kicking Rhodes' head off. Uh, Connecting this move through the ropes, Gypsy would then hook the leg and picks up that pinfall victory, ladies and gentlemen. Um,
Holy shit. What
yeah,
an interesting ending right there.
uh,
But
turn
but
of
also,
events.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, anytime Law is there, shit's about to hit the fan,
Agreed.
and with Gypsy there, that's already eyes watching. So,
Yeah.
and James Rhodes is just there. He's still on the same level, like Pokemon on the Game Boy. Can't even pick his Pokemon.
And it's not even a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, dude. It's like those,
Classic.
yeah, classic. Anyways, after the match, Gypsy eyes locked on Law, crawls backwards out of the ring. Law gets in the ring and stands over Rhodes, holding up the CWN Universal Championship. Surprisingly, Law gets out of the ring and heads backstage. Your winner via pinfall, Gypsy Freak.
Well, I mean, real quick before we jump into the next match, there is a lot of implication with this match, a lot of opportunity with this match. Rhodes, we don't know whether or not he would have recovered enough to be able to pick up a pinfall here. Gypsy obviously had that submission hold locked in for quite some time, so it takes a lot out of an individual being stuck in a submission hold of that nature there. And Law being out here, that X factor, clearly wants it to be a triple threat match instead of just a one-on-one match where the odds of him retaining that championship were exponentially higher than what they are now, being triple threat rules where the champion doesn't even have to be pinned in order to lose the title. um, the percentage of him winning a triple threat match significantly decreases, but Law making the executive decision, so to speak, to make sure that Gypsy walks away with a victory here, and gets um, that triple threat match against Jackson Law, James Rhodes, for the CWN Universal Championship. So a lot of things are at stake in that match, ladies and gentlemen. But moving on to the next match of the evening, we have match number 5, a tag team match. It features the American Revolution Elite, Johnny Rockstar and Casey Luchador, versus the CWN Boundless Champion, Mason Stevens, and Andy
I
Owens
am
here.
so glad Lavender's not here.
Oh, thank God. Whew. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, baby Jesus. Well, guys, to no one's surprise, Mason and Andy immediately begin arguing with one another before the match can even start, as Andy teases Mason with his title that Mason left in Andy's locker room. God only knows why. Rumor has it Mason did receive a significant fine, um, for misplacing his Boundless
Uh-oh.
Championship there. Andy teases Mason with this title that Andy took, and the two have a tug of war over the belt. Luchador and Rockstar take advantage of the lack of chemistry and hit Andy with double super kicks, sending him spilling to the outside of the ring. Mason would hit Rockstar with the money shot, the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Real quick, also before I finish up this first part of this match, make sure you guys tag Mason Stevens, Andy Owens, Johnny Rockstar and Casey Luchador, so they know that they're
And
not
I know
sapping right
Mason's
now.
out there.
He's probably lurking somewhere. He's definitely lurking somewhere.
You should
Um,
comment too and stop hiding in the shadows.
very true. Very, very true. Um, but go ahead and tag those four individuals real quick for us, guys. Meanwhile, back in the match, Mason did just hit Rockstar with the Glasgow kiss, sending Rockstar out of the ring. Rockstar rolls to the outside of the ring as Luchador hits a head scissors on Mason, sending him to the corner. Rockstar would make it back to his feet and gets on the apron. Rockstar makes a tag as Luchador hits Mason with a splash. Rockstar will follow up with a splash as well.
Damn. I'm just shocked at what just like this back and
They're taking advantage of opportunity right now, and
absolutely.
it's a
And
lot to do with
this is the
Andy and
land of
Mason.
opportunity. Yeah, this is the land of opportunity. And they are definitely taking that opportunity. Holy shit. But anyways, Rockstar goes for the pin, but immediately slides back to his corner as Andy gets in the ring with a steel chair. Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
Mason gets to his feet as the ref confiscates the chair and takes it out of the ring. With the ref's backs turned, Andy kicks Mason below the
Oh
belt before rolling out of the ring and grabbing Mason's boundless championship. Andy heads to the back as Luchador tags in and hooks the leg of Mason, picking up the pinfall as Mason is sitting there holding his
no!
yeah, yeah, his man
His
parts.
marbles.
I guess we got to get protect the nads in this shit, don't we? You know,
It
it
got.
seems though it's weird. A seal seems to be breaking, and now protect the nads is about to come back.
Uh-oh. Well, everyone,
If you know, you
invest in
know.
cups.
Yep, yep. A tide is coming,
Hey, yeah,
and it's gonna be a
not a
crisis.
friendly tide, not a friendly tide. And let me just pose this question as we're getting set up for the co-main event number one of the evening. Let me just pose this question, CEO. If Andy Owens and Mason Stevens would manage to put their differences aside, clear up whatever the internal issues between them are, they could be the top tag team here in CWN. They could be a dangerous duo if they were ever able to actually get along. But the chances of that happening is like me and you seeing two lunar eclipses in the same week. It's just not. It's impossible.
Right, right. It's like when Malcolm and I could have been semi twins,
That
or
that is true.
see me, or what? It's a semi
Siamese.
twin, Siamese twins. But he has an inch bigger than me. That's why he got all
What?
the ladies, and I get the asylum. Little fucking pecker.
Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, co-main event number one is the singles match. It features one of my favorite competitors here in this locker room. Actually, both of these guys are some of my favorite competitors in this locker room. Austin Monster Kruger versus the legend etched in stone Trey Camp. History between these two. Um, and obviously tonight's match is going to be huge as far as
Absolutely.
where they are placed on this proverbial ladder of alpha males in the locker room. In the opening minutes of the match, both men would play it safe as they know how dangerous the other can be. After several tests of strength and headlock Trey would send Kruger to the ropes and drops him with a huge shoulder tackle. As Trey runs the ropes, Kruger would flip to his stomach. Trey would leapfrog over Kruger, bouncing off the ropes, and receives a drop kick to the knee that Kruger targeted weeks ago. Trey has that heavy brace on his
Oh
knee, ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen. We're not a hundred
Trey,
percent sure if he's even 100%.
yeah, I mean he's medically cleared, but it's not we don't even think he's 100%. But the doctors cleared him. Doctors
Look,
definitely cleared him to compete, but there's got to be some type of restraint that he was told not to do to go out there and retweak it.
exactly. And Austin, whatever that restraint was, whatever Trey's game plan was on protecting that target that he wears on his leg there, it just got thrown out the window with that vicious drop kick by
Oh,
Austin Kruger.
absolutely. The doctors are probably sitting there like,
Yep.
That sounded like a
Yep.
fart.
Yeah.
Anyways, Trey tries to play defense, attempting to prevent Kruger from re-injuring his knee. Trey would go low with a kick to the knee of Kruger and following with a DDT. Both men are down as the ref begins his count. Both men make it to a knee in the center of the ring and begin exchanging lefts and rights as they make it to their feet. Both men run the ropes and meet in the center of the ring with the same idea of pair of cross bodies.
The impact from both of these men just like a car collision in the center of that ring there as they it took all the wind out of both of these men here as they're both down in the center of the ring there. Kruger would roll to the outside of the ring as Trey uses the ropes to pull himself to his feet. Kruger
Uh-oh.
immediately is like, screw the rules here as he grabs the bat. He rolls back into the ring. Kruger goes to swing that bat, but the referee grabs the bat.
That
Kruger and
motherfucker.
the referee are fighting over the bat as the ref is trying to yank the bat out of, Kruger's hand. Trey spins Kruger around and hits an ace high, that RKO out of nowhere. Trey would follow up with the Stone's Edge, that one winged angel hooking the leg and picking up the pinfall, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't think that this is over here, CEO. What's
Nope. They both have stated a war. Like this is a war, though. The
yeah,
emotions are just starting to scratch the surface, and I have a feeling that these guys are gonna tear the house down each and every time they're out there. They
true.
both know the show. It's almost as equivalent seeing Austin Kruger taking on Jackson Law or Austin Kruger taking on T Wolf. You know, it's just one of those things. And for for fucking stoner brain goddamn moment. For Trey Camp. Um, that's what I get for reading the comments while speaking. But trying to multitask doesn't work all the time. But when Trey Camp sat there and tried to get in the head of Austin, saying you were 1 point away to kind of throw that in there, and I know that Austin's going to use that, you know, as a guilt for the rest of this year. He's already stated it,
Yeah,
you know. But Trey and Kruger, one hell and a possibility of feud of the year if they continue this.
absolutely agreed. CEO, why don't we let the fans know what's going on here as this
Oh
match is
my
over?
God! Trey targets the knee of Kruger, stomping on it before dragging him into the corner and wrapping Kruger's knee around the ring post. Hey, you know
Oof.
what they say: an eye for an eye, a knee for a knee. You
Yeah,
know, you
yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's all like, "Hey, I'm coming back with revenge, and if I have a fucked up knee, you gonna have a fucked up knee, and we're gonna have both fucked up knees."
yeah.
I'm gonna pause for a second there. Just pause. All right. Anyways, but Trey grabs the bat and swings at Kruger's knee, but Kruger moves just in time. Kruger
Ooh,
gets to his feet as Trey gets in the ring, but raised over his head. Kruger hits Trey low and snatches his bat out of Trey's hands.
the
Protect
Nads.
the Nads. Kruger clotheslines Trey with the bat before rolling out of the ring and heading to the back. But your
Well,
winner of tonight, Trey Camp.
obviously, um, big, big implications there between these two men. Um, Trey may have won a battle, ladies and gentlemen, and CEO. He may have won a battle, but like they stated earlier in the week, this is more than just a
He may
battle.
have
This is
won
a war.
he may have won a statistical battle, but I
Right.
think that Kruger, bounce back, and I think it was a battle between both, so they're still kind of squared up in this situation.
Well, and honestly, think of the mental state of Trey right now, almost rectifying revenge here. Could have potentially taken Austin Kruger out the same way Austin Kruger took him out. However, Austin Kruger able to fight out of that and walk away on his own 2 feet with his head held high and walk away after dropping the legend etched in stone. So Kruger definitely winning that mental
Oh yeah.
war there. That psychological warfare definitely goes to Kruger as far as that battle goes right now. Um, Co-main event number 2 of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It
Andy, is
is
there another wiener back there?
it is the All Allegiance Championship match, ladies and gentlemen. The Dark Circus's own Dark Mayhem, the All Allegiance champion, versus KC Riddle. Um, and Mason is here.
Nice. We're way past your match, homeboy.
But while you're here, Mason, go ahead and tag. Go ahead and tag Blake Maton, who is Dark Mayhem, and Casey Riddle, so they know that their match is happening right now. But I'll jump right into this. As I'm getting word here, ladies and gentlemen, both men made it to the ring. They are in the center of the ring here. Back and forth action for several minutes of this match. Neither one of these two men getting the upper hand. Riddle is no stranger to this type of an environment. He has no fear of the Dark Circus. He has no fear of any members in the Dark Circus. Riddle is a psychopathic juggalo, and he is down to go toe to toe, fist for fist, blow for blow, elbows, knees, eye rakes, whatever he has to do to get dirty in that ring to get a victory. Riddle will definitely do so. This is a perfect competitor for Dark Mayhem, who utilizes since his return the same methods as Casey Riddle. Eventually, both of these men would go down in the center of the ring as the referee is checking on both of these men. Um, the circus music begins to play, ladies and gentlemen, as the Dark Circus would start to make their way out. T Wolf, Flower Princess, Crisis, and Jackson Law would all make their way out to the center of the ring, or out to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. The referee notices the Dark Circus coming from different areas in the arena. As Jackson Law would make his way down the ramp, he would get onto the ring apron and try to get into the ring. The referee stops Jackson Law. He's trying to keep Jackson Law out of the ring. The referee, distracted by Law, T Wolf will slide into the ring behind the referee as Riddle and Mayhem both get to their feet. T Wolf goes for a wolf spear here on Riddle, but Riddle is able to leapfrog over T Wolf as T Wolf would cut Dark Mayhem in half with a spear. Absolutely unintentional, and takes out his own faction member, the Dark Mayhem, there with that spear. Riddle would grab T Wolf, toss him over the top rope. He would drag Mayhem to the center of the ring, hook the leg, screaming at the ref as the ref turns, notices the pinfall here. He drops to the mat and counts 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new All Allegiance champion is none other than Big Daddy Juggalo himself, KC
Woo, woo.
Riddle. And right now, Riddle,
He's got
why
the
he's
jug of balls. He's got the jug of balls, man.
he's got the jug of balls, and he also has the All Allegiance Championship, and he is out of the ring, out of harm's way as he hops over the barricade there. In the ring right now, Mayhem gets to his feet, holding his midsection here as Jackson Law and the other members of the Dark Circus are trying to keep Mayhem and T Wolf separated. As T Wolf's trying to explain, it was completely accidental, it wasn't intentional. But both of these men are in each other's faces, and it looks like they almost came to blows before the Dark Circus was able to step in, separate both of these men as they would all exit the ring and head to the backstage area. So, what a crazy turn of events there with the Dark Circus. Finally, some dissension amongst the ranks of the Dark Circus because the locker room obviously incapable of causing that kind of dissension between that group when it comes to outside individuals, but internally it looks like um, the recipe for that disaster there is it has to be something internal. But we will keep our eyes on that situation there. But we got to jump into the first main event of the evening. It is a champion versus champion match. Again, the Dark Circus Flower Princess just stays out at the ring uh, as her being the CWN United States champion, will take on the other half of the frenemies, the CWN Unity Tag Team Champion Gunner. Flower Princess would attack Gunner on his way to the ring as Gunner was trying to avoid any kind of face-to-face confrontation with the Dark Circus after everything that he stated about them earlier this week. Princess would utilize sending Gunner shoulder first into the steel barricades on the entrance ramp, as well as the steel steps and the steel ring post. So targeting Gunner's shoulder here, trying to take the power away from Gunner being the bigger competitor right now in this match. Princess will roll Gunner into the ring and follow behind the ref, create separation between the two. He checks on Gunner. Gunner confidently confirms that he can continue. He can compete in this match. The trainer checks on Gunner. Gunner gives him the thumbs up. The trainer gives the ref the thumbs up. And we might have a champion versus champion match here, CEO.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, as soon as the bell rings, Princess is right back on the attack, hitting Gunner with repeated stomps, targeting his shoulder. For several minutes, Princess continues to target the shoulder of Gunner. After a couple near falls, Princess begins to show frustration. Princess takes her eyes off Gunner for a few moments, giving Gunner an opportunity to capitalize by locking Princess in a sleeper hold.
And we did see earlier this week, Gunner did choke out the Flower Princess um, in her own locker room. So Gunner utilizing that submission hold there. Gunner locks in the hold, taking Princess to the mat. Flower Princess fights her way to a standing position as Flower Princess sends Gunner shoulder first into that top turnbuckle again, targeting the shoulder, forcing Gunner to break that sleeper hold. Gunner favors the shoulder as Flower Princess sets him up for the royal knockout, the stunner, but Gunner
Oof.
uh, turns into Princess, who attempts the stunner, but Gunner reverses it into the fire away that pop up power bomb.
Holy shit, man. This match is intense.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Both competitors are on the mat for several moments as the ref begins his 10 count. Princess gets to her feet with assistance from the ropes. Gunner makes it to his feet and grabs Princess. She breaks out of his grip and connects a royal knockout stunner. Gunner manages to roll out of the ring and props himself up on the ring post. Infuriated, Princess gets out of the ring and charges Gunner. Gunner uses her momentum and sends her head first into the
Oh,
post. Gunner rolls Princess into the ring and hits Stun Gunner, picking up the pinfall.
wow. So a huge victory here for Frenemies. Guys, make sure to tag Gunner, Flower Princess, but huge victory there for Gunner, one half of the Frenemies, the champion, beating the United States champion, and doing it in an impressive fashion here tonight, live in front of all of these fans in Minneapolis. Um, Gunner would continue attacking Flower Princess as Dominator runs out to the ring as well and attacks Princess. The Jumbotron is on as backstage Wolf and Dark Mayhem are having an altercation with one another, forcing Law and Crisis to stay in the back area, trying to separate both of these men from one another as they are absolutely at each other's throats, unaware that Dominator has came out to the ring and is attacking Flower Princess with Gunner in the center of the ring. They hit Princess with the Gunnator, and it looks like Crisis has seemingly, by some weird spider sense, let's just call it, noticed that there is something happening out there in that ring right now. As Crisis would run to the ring as the circus music begins to play, the lights begin to flicker before going off. When they come back on, the Saints of Suffering Crisis is in the ring, and Crisis would hit both Gunner and Dominator with double clotheslines, sending them over the top rope and to the outside of the ring. Crisis would check on Flower Princess, being that protector, being that big brother in this group, the Dark Circus, as the lights would go out again and come back on with Crisis and Flower Princess both gone. However, the winner via pinfall is none other than Gunner.
Holy shit. Damn.
So, and then I might have spoken too soon, CEO, because you know, I said there's no one in the locker room that has successfully stood up to the Dark Circus, and here tonight we see the Unity Tag Team Champions uh, coming out on top, taking advantage of opportunity. As you stated earlier, this is the Leno opportunity. They took advantage of
Oh yeah.
opportunity, got a few good shots in on a member of the Dark Circus before backup was able to arrive. But we got to jump into the main event here as we're getting
Woo!
closer to that 1 hour time limit here. Um, CWN World Heavyweight Championship match. It features T Wolf, the CWN World Heavyweight Champion, a member of the Dark Circus, versus one half of the Psycho Avatar, Psycho Sabrina.
All
CEO,
right,
I'm
here
gonna
we
let
go.
you take it
Here
away.
we go. T Wolf and Sabrina have one of the bloodiest matches that we have seen in a while as they both hit each other with practically everything but the kitchen sink. Sabrina would force the Wolf to bleed first as she attacked him before the match, sending him head first into the ring post and then hitting him with a couple curb stomps on the ring post. Once the bell rang, Sabrina kept on the pressure with a double leg takedown and mounting the T Wolf, delivering vicious hammer first.
You were amped up about this match. It's probably because of all the blood and stuff is making you feel like you're right back at home in the
I gotta
asylum
go
there.
get a sample.
Oh God, please don't.
Let
T
me get
Wolf,
some T Wolf blood right there. Thank you.
T
I'll
Wolf
give
would.
that to J.R. Bell. He'll
Oh Lord,
experiment it with it.
a wolf ball. Oh man. T Wolf would gain the momentum as he ducks under a super kick and cuts Sabrina in half with a huge spear. T Wolf would sink his teeth into the forehead of Sabrina before connecting with multiple headbutts, just busting Sabrina's forehead open, blood pouring all down her face into her eyes. Both of these two look like a bloody mess here. After 20
Yes!
minutes of back
Yes!
and forth
Yes!
brawling, Sabrina
Yes!
sets T Wolf up for the cycle effect. However, T
Bloodbath.
Wolf will power out and hit a wolf slam, following up with the Wolf Tamer submission as Sabrina tries to fight out of it, but T Wolf has it locked in tight. He screams at Sabrina to give up, but Sabrina remains defiant as she continues to reach for the bottom rope. The referee grabs Sabrina's arm as she starts to fade and raises it. Sabrina's arm falls to the canvas limply. The referee repeats this again, and for a second time, Sabrina's arm will fall limp to the canvas. The referee does it a final and third time as Sabrina shows one final gasp of fight, trying to hold on for as long as she can, but eventually would tap out. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still the CWN World Heavyweight Champion via submission is none other than T Wolf. And what an absolutely crazy, crazy match here to end the show. Mason, as you see there, CEO says you got to go to the corner. We have to get out of here because that is all the time we have
Absolutely.
here. No more show.
Absolutely.
So
So ladies and gentlemen, we all know what time it is. It is time for game. Oh, not yet. To cut it out. Whoop, whoop, motherfuckers.